Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Everspace 2 after some delay, which we'll talk about in a little bit, but for right now, what we're focused on is this stuff. We gotta go get a thing from Pango so that he'll give us the other thing, space MacGuffins, all the way down. So, I guess, let's just get to... Wait, Prescott, that's not the right thing. Here we go. Forlorn Vale, this is where he wants us to go. Yes, there's been a bit of a delay. There's a bit of a break in the content this week. It was not my intent, but one of my hard drives has been sort of slowly dying, like threatening to die for quite some time.
Would you say that you have the ability to care?
In some instances, yes. Yet there are other instances where I am required to remain distant in order to protect my operational integrity.
So emotions can overcome you, is what you're saying.
Hive units have been known to overload in emotionally distressing situations and experience something akin to a nervous breakdown. Yes.
Interesting.
I guess that seems like a terrible thing for a computer to be able to do. Mission critical computer. Yeah, so I have had a hard drive that has been threatening to die for some time, and a second one of my hard drives started throwing up problems, and I figured, you know what? Let's just nip this whole thing in the bud. And so I have done a lot of replacing hard drives and reinstalling operating systems and sort of rebuilding my operational platform here. Oh, hold on.
Where do the hackers' coordinates lead?
To a cave entrance below.
What are we looking at here? Labyrinth, that's no good. You know what, let's just EMP these nerds. I don't see any reason to get into a protracted thing here. Alright. So I have spent a lot of the last, couple of days rebuilding my recording situation in one way or another, in ways that probably will be pretty much invisible to all of y'all, except for the, the several days that have already occurred of me doing that. Wow, yeah, we should actually just cruise drive here. This ship is really slow.
The entrance is blocked. You will require a detonator to get through.
Didn't I see a G&B dig site when we flew in? Bet I can borrow one from them.
I assume steal one would be the more appropriate phrasing.
It's a euphemism. Do you not know about euphemisms? They don't have those where you come from?
This isn't an ordinary mining operation. Hive, do you see that?
If by that you are referring to the ancient structure up ahead, I would be able to offer some information. The ancients were believed to be higher beings, distantly related to and revered by the Oka.
Oh, right.
Over a powerful and far-reaching empire, yet they mysteriously vanished from historical record some millennia ago.
You don't have to tell me. I painfully remember our previous encounters with them. G&B should know better than to risk a run-in with an ancient warden.
You know what? I have also had to rebuild my my sort of audio setup here, and it does seem to me like we are maybe coming across a little bit quiet. Let me just nudge the game upward a bit. I don't think we need this. Nor that, an efficient Jaeger. And nope, give me... maybe this one? I would swear there was a prompt to grab it. Oh, I see. There are buttons. There are releases for this thing. Ah, damn it. Oh, okay, that really exploded. I guess I'm glad it didn't happen immediately when it hit my ship swing. Okay, there we go. There we go. Alright, just stay cool. That's a drone. A drone carrier thing. Probably best not to head any closer to that. Frustratingly, I cannot engage my cruise drive while we are holding an explosive charge. I'm seeing elite contacts behind us. Are those guys G&B or Okar? We'll just roll into... Okay, it's a bunch of G&B. Do I think they can handle these outlaws? Probably, yeah. They seem to do an okay job when it comes down to it. Alright, let's get this plugged in. Start with this one and try to trigger these in some kind of sensible order.
In the mood for some more spelunking, Hive?
I do not have modes, but modes. Activating indoor navigation mode.
This is still coming across a little bit
You can't
quiet,
be
huh?
moody, my friend. You may even be the moodiest AI I've...
Activating pilot ignoring mode.
A critical mode that probably you should just be in most of the time. Honestly, wouldn't mind a little bit of that my own self. Okay, this looks like something of value. Ooh.
What is this?
Well, you tell me.
I have no data regarding anything like it.
Should I be carrying this? Okay, it looks like
This must be the place the Bovis hacker asked you to find.
I'm afraid you're right about this. Any signs of some incredibly rare object nearby?
My sensors are unable to detect anything in here. It would appear you are on your own.
So we have here a sealed ancient superstructure and a very simple fetch puzzle. Seems very doable. Let's just pick a direction here. Okay, easy. So anyway, like I'm saying, please pardon the mess as I sort of like reconstruct the audio profiles and stuff. I had to make some guesses on the relative volume levels of things. Nope, that's just, okay. I just missed real bad. That's fine. It's not like these things are ancient and rare and potentially incredibly powerful or anything. Okay, so we were just in there. So let's try this one now. This one looks like nothing, or maybe it's the thing that opens up eventually. Even though it looks like what opens up is in the floor. Is that a map? What are you? Nope, you're just a weird piece of cardboard stapled to the wall. Aha. It's weird how everything in this galaxy just manages to find a way to get covered with exactly 3 pieces of large rock. It's a hell of a weird coincidence. Okay. Well, they're all slotted in. So I can't move that thing. I can't. Oh, hold on. There's a piece of debris here. Is it covering something of import? No, it doesn't look like it actually.
Cannon's ready.
Getting combat chatter from outside. Can I move the crystal? No. Huh. I was really expecting sort of a more dramatic outcome when we put the 4th thing in. this didn't open up in any way.
Triggers ready for action.
Is it an issue of... Oh, okay. I see. I was wondering if maybe they were in the wrong location or something. But no, they all have to have the correct facing. Well, how do we know what is the correct facing?
I'm on him.
Oh, right, it's just... I'm getting a prompt from that piece of debris that I moved into that location. Are there indications on the arm somewhere of what they want from the thing plugged into that arm? It doesn't look like it. Okay, so the sides we have here. We have this thing that kind of looks like a very heavily stylized, like, hourglass, maybe? Then brackets with some lines, then a Z, and then something else. The shape with the curve. They look like pieces in a very futuristic game of Pipe Dream. Okay. That's one of the symbols. In fact, I think that might be the one we left it on. Well, provided that what's facing outward is the thing. Does this one have a plaque depicting one of the patterns? It looks like the answer is no. So maybe that's not what we are looking for at all. Yeah, that's a shame. I think that was just a sort of coincidental piece there. That's a shame. I was feeling smart. Because they all have these same three pieces down on the bottom. Yeah. Actually, does shooting them do anything? No, I can't, like, power them up into revealing information. Then it's not super clear to me. It could be an issue of rotation. It could be an issue of positioning and rotation. Well, no, I guess not, because all the blocks have the same four faces, right? Okay, well this one has a really clear indicator for one of the faces. It's interesting that two of them seem not to. I must have missed them. They were in roughly the same place on the other two. Did I just miss it? It would have been this one. On this one, the spot where the plaque should be is kind of inside the rock wall. Maybe that's why. But then this one doesn't seem to have a plaque either. I guess at this point, if I trust the two plaques, there's not really that much else that we could possibly do here, right? If assuming they're all unique, which is maybe not a safe guess. We can certainly just try the remaining arrangements. And then, what if this was Z and the other one was Hourglass? Oh! Okay, they weren't unique, I don't think. Ah! Oh, okay, we're doing this thing. The Annihilator virus is not available for use in this conflict. Turns out it might not be relevant.
It appears to be fusing with that cube.
Indeed. Yeah, honestly, these are probably the more appropriate missiles to be using for this situation anyway, right? Oh, it did a little like fake out move there. I do feel like my missile energy recharges really slowly. I don't really think it's trying to. It's certainly not like... If it is trying to, this is a very sad attempt. It's really, there's like no effort on display here. Yeah, it takes about an hour for the missiles to recharge. Is a real bummer. This guy's got an extremely effective dodge. Very difficult to deal with an enemy that can literally teleport out of the way of your attacks. The good news is it only seems to be able to teleport every so often. You just have to deal damage to it again while it's on cooldown.
It is collapsing. I recommend gaining some distance.
Phew. We're still alive.
This Warden was different than the ones we encountered in the past. For one, it did not posthumously turn into a black hole.
Oh, I forgot they do that.
I remember. Better wrap things up around here before it remembers too.
And an artifact.
10 to 1, but this is what the hacker's looking for. Time to get out before another Warden shows up.
Well, now that's very interesting. It's a weird little boss fight. It's
whatever this thing is, back to the hacker and never come back here.
I agree.
It's unfortunate that it happens in such a tiny space. Not that we necessarily with this ship would have done a huge amount of maneuvering anyway, but it would have been cool to have the option.
Well, that was fun. Let's head back to Pango.
Alright, we got a reading on some containers over there. You know what? I don't think I care. Let's stay mission focused. It does sound like it's still a little bit quiet, huh? Just while this loading screen is happening, just like dip out here and... I'm just gonna keep messing with it until eventually it's drowning me out and I'm still nervous that I've got it set too low for everyone. Sorry, person making a distress call. I'm on my way to get paid. I am enjoying the accelerated travel. It was worth it to get the master trait. Alright. It's remarkable how easy it is to land on a thing that's invisible.
You found it.
Care to swap this for a material encryptor?
Certainly, but please be careful with it. It took me a long time to perfect it.
Say, with all this information you're hoarding, what can you tell me about a man called Maddox?
I assume you're referring to Henley Maddox, the comrade of Dexter Bashar, whose signature was broadcast alongside yours when you were held by Bloodstar.
That's the guy.
I don't know much. He's a very private person, and always avoided doing business with me. I understand he killed his superior during the recent war, and is now searching for something very valuable. But the only objects of real value are ancient things, like the one you just brought to me. Ancient and dangerous. The Okar guarding these artifacts closely. By the way, you may care to know that they are already on the move.
Who? The Okar?
Yes, a raid on Avonrest. It's been on the wavelengths for some time now. Since that's where you flew in from when coming here, I assume that is where your friend is hiding.
Oh, scrap. Gotta go.
That does seem pretty problematic. Not great for our plans. Okay, let's see here. Anything else worth picking up? We have plenty of cooling units and wiring kits. So we're not going to need that. I think we can probably wait on making decisions on anything else. So let's just get our extremely normal and professional paint job out of here. So, presumably, we're talking about a little bit of a shootout here.
Maddox. Come in, Maddox.
It's alright, we're equipped.
He is not responding.
Let's just hope he's ignoring me and the Okar haven't gotten to him yet.
I wonder if I would be better off making some corrosive missiles to kind of just skip the shield entirely. We're not getting all that much use out of the marksman, and like it is.
This is an announcement to all settlement occupants. We are conducting a routine raid. Do not hinder our access to storage facilities and vessels.
Scrap. The Okar are already here. I need to get to Maddox's hangar and transfer the software before they can scan him.
You have no authority to barge in on us like this. We are a peaceful settlement and have complied with all the regulations.
You made it back. If the Okar figure out what kind of ship I got here, I'm toast. Did you get the encryptor?
Yeah, transferring it as we speak.
Great. Now the Okar will probably register a change to the roster once I upload this to my systems. Try to keep them off my back long enough so I can get the whole shebang running.
I'm not so sure about taking on the Okar.
They'll be here any minute. Come on, kid. We're in this together now. Once I'm out, I'll meet you back at Rhodia Station as soon as I can make it.
Well, alright. Let's do this thing.
I sure hope that dialogue that we cut off by doing the timed task in a perfectly normal amount of time wasn't, like, important or anything.
We have detected a register change in one of your vessels. Engage units for intercept.
Check again. None of my people would... Oh, scrap, Maddox, you idiot! We should have never taken you in.
Okay,
Almost certainly true.
I just started overriding my systems. Shouldn't be long before I can launch. Here comes the lizard parade.
Feels a little racist, right? Just like a little. I don't really know too much about these interceptors, but I have to say I'm not impressed so far. I will say they look very Star Wars in their construction. That's interesting. Are they?
So many of them.
I'm almost ready to jump. Just a little longer.
Don't let me down, Maddox.
I was gonna say, are they fighting each other for some reason? But I think they were just shooting at this. I don't know, it doesn't much matter. It's weird how they just like fly in formation with me nearby. I had kind of assumed that they all turned red on my. Ooh, hey. I kind of assumed that they turned red on my scope because I was getting readings that I had become red on their scopes, but maybe that's not true. Oh no! Maddox died while I was too busy shooting people. It does just say fight until he gets away. Yeah, it was not explicit that I was supposed to be defending him. But, you know, it does.
You made it back.
Make some sense.
The Okar figure out what
Okay,
kind of
enough
shit
of you. Alright. Face the Okar, fight until Maddox can jump, but also keep them off of Maddox
in one of your vessels.
in some way.
Units for intercept.
Check again. None of my people would... Oh, scrap Maddox, you idiot! We should have never taken you in.
Okay, Adam. The encryptor just started overriding my systems. Shouldn't be long before I can launch. Here comes the lizard parade.
Run. There we go. So it's probably a bad idea for me to get too far away from the critical dock, right? That said, staying right here is certainly going to put me in position to take some damage. And we have a really good EMP right here.
I'm almost ready to jump. Just a little longer.
Don't let me down, Maddox.
Yeah, that EMP really did a lot of damage to them as a whole. Trying really hard to target the ones that are close to him. Just really keep all eyes on me. It does feel like we have a lot more attention than we did last time.
This is getting ridiculous.
Yeah, jeez. Maddox, are you jumping or what? I don't know how much longer I can take every laser in the galaxy on your behalf. I'm absolutely going to do an EMP again on cooldown here. Turn off a bunch of these enemies. Okay, it's more important that we just keep them from shooting Maddox than anything else, right? Killing them is good in the sense that it does the job permanently. But really all I need is for them not to be shooting him. And it sure does feel like nobody could possibly be shooting him.
You done good, kid. See you at base.
What the? Damn, it's that colonial cruiser again.
The sheer level of trouble you are in is without precedent.
Scrap, I'm screwed.
feel like I probably should have not just sat there stationary for such a long time reacting, but what do I know? I'm no fancy space pilot.
Hey! What the...
Ah, you are awake. We meet again, Mr. Roslin.
Oh,
what, we haven't? I can never tell anymore. So many crossed paths. Anyway, I am well acquainted with you in the Roslin line.
my ship.
Is in the docking bay. Returned by the Okar authorities who handed it over to me along with your good self.
It was you who raided the Bloodstar base.
Yes, looking for you. I've had quite a difficult time finding you.
You need me for something, or I'd be dead already.
Acutely observed, Mr. Roslin. After all, you shouldn't exist. Part of my remit was to erase every trace of the Roslin cloning facilities in the DMZ. Hundreds of loose cannons like you roaming the region and causing problems. Something had to be done about it.
I can't help what I am.
Don't expect pity from me. It's lucky for you that more serious matters are afoot. Pull up case file G72-844. Do you know who this is?
Yeah, Oscar Blakemore. He's the G&B director for all the DMZ operations.
Good. And this?
I only heard about it, haven't been there. Vesna mining colony in the Zarkov system. G&B regional headquarters.
Good. So you seem to have some idea of the astropolitical situation in the DMZ.
Look, what's this about?
This is about you, Mr. Roslin.
That isn't me.
No, but that is Adam Roslin, Blakemore's right hand.
You want me to be him?
Exactly. I need you to infiltrate the mining colony as the other Adam Roslin and gather some information for me.
And in return?
I let your base stand. I let you live.
I guess that's good enough incentive. I think I might have encountered him.
When?
Not long ago. The jump gate at Union Bridge.
Well, it must have been him, since you are the only two Roslin clones remaining.
Only two?
That's right. The cloning stations have been offline for some time now, and many clones were identified and intercepted attempting to reach the homeworlds. We couldn't have that, could we? And now there is just the other Adam Roslin, who is an agent for G&B, and you, who I can't really figure out yet. You are already in a difficult position. It is time to be clear about your allegiances. You can rehabilitate yourself with the fleet and we can leave you in peace. Or, I can put you and your companions on a high-priority eliminate list. Which will it be?
I would take the common sense approach.
Good. I have someone on the inside at the mining colony. She'll walk you through. So, we have an understanding.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So many thoughts. Why would she need to put me and my companions on a high priority eliminate list? Your cruiser is right outside. Aren't you just going to shoot them? What would be the point?
Using the main jump gate to the Zarkov system, where Vesta mining colony is located, will not be an option, as you will be immediately registered.
There's a smuggler's route I've heard of. I know someone who can get me through.
Of course you do. Our agent will send you instructions once you are through to the system. My technicians have uploaded further instructions to your Hive unit. You will require some extra coaching in order to convincingly portray the other Roslin. In the meantime, You and I will need to maintain radio silence until the task is finished. If you are discovered, I will deny any knowledge of your existence. And as a fugitive Roslyn clone, I will be obligated to hunt you down.
I have no intention of getting caught.
Having a colonial cruiser this close to your home base may cause irritation for your companions.
You're right. I better check on him.
Well, I mean, I intended to anyway. But yeah, the other, like, one of the other things that obviously is really wrong with that sequence is it never sounds anything less than, like, really, really dumb for a character to go, what the? Just like, you love fake outer space swears anyway. Just have him say a fake outer space swear if you're not comfortable with an actual swear word. But also, if that's the case, I might suggest just don't start the line at all. What if we just didn't do that? Also, Adam Roslin is the universe's most capturable man. And at first I was like, it seems like a real flaw in the design. But now that the more I think about it, the more I think actually, if you're going to develop a range of military clones and you're not sure that you can keep them under control, perhaps making them incredibly prone to getting kidnapped is a really good move so that you can capture them yourself later, in case.
Adam, what the heck is going on? Why is there a great big colonial cruiser at our door?
They were my ride home. I realize this looks bad, but maybe we can play things to our advantage. First things first, has Maddox shown up?
You were expecting more company?
I was hoping, but maybe it was too much to expect a mercenary like Maddox to follow through. Circumstances have changed. I'm in a real bind now. I need to do a top-secret job for the fleet. If I pull this off, we'll be given some kind of reprieve from the colonial authorities. But I don't know to what extent that means, or if I can trust this commissioner.
God damn it, Adam. What have you gotten us into?
Hey, Alec. Back when I was delivering the red plasma gin, you mentioned that there was a smuggler's route open to Zarkov? Where's it located?
No idea, but I'm sure Tarjak, that Okar bootlegger, would know if anyone did.
Okay, I'm heading to Cartwright's wake to catch up with him. You might not hear from me for a while. If Maddox shows up, tell him to sit tight.
We'll hold the fort. Let us know when you need bailing out.
Alright, let's see about these new perks. So, first things first. Primary weapons deal 30% increased energy while your shield is fully charged. I mean, that's interesting for the use of the railgun, at least. Critical hits have a 30% chance to create an explosion impact that damages the target and nearby enemies for 50% of the damage. So 50%, I'm assuming, of the critical damage, which is like an extra hit. I mean, that doesn't sound bad at all. I would love some clarity on what nearby means. And then 20% increased weapon energy capacity for each installed support device. That's interesting. Just allow us to dump for longer on the initial attack. But like, the thing we really need is not capacity, it's charge generation. I think I like crit happens as much as it does have that name. For the moment, at least. Again, though, it would be really nice if I knew what nearby meant. Okay, actually, while we're looking at perks here, so we're still short an equalizer for you. We needed 3 fusion cores, and I was completely broke. How hard is it to make a fusion core? Now that we have some money and resources again. They're made of malamite. That's a problem. So we would need 6 malamite to finish that. It's getting pretty close. That being the case, I think we're good. I don't think I want to keep this. Let's just scrap that. We could store some stuff, I suppose. combat drone of our own seems like maybe a thing worth keeping around for like a really difficult situation. Yeah, that's probably fine. As ever, we just need a bit more malamite.
Hey, Hive, those fleet techs been tinkering with you? You still yourself?
Inasmuch as I have still not been updated to the Eterna network, and have been grossly insulted by being treated as illegitimate machinery, I am the same Hive as before.
Is that an answer?
What did they do to you?
I have been supplemented with a coaching protocol based upon the personality profile of your target subject, Adam Roslin, commander of the G&B Elite Squad in the DMZ. I am to aid you in becoming like him, and to intervene during moments when you are not playing the part properly.
So my onboard AI is now here to show me how to act more like me. Crazy.
I don't know that we need to be... You know, obviously they want to have a plot. They have signaled very strongly that they consider the plot to be, I don't know, important. It feels like a weird thing to say about it, but like necessary, at least. And with that plot comes listening to Adam's dialogue and everybody else's dialogue, I suppose. But I'm just saying, I don't know that we need like a long subplot that's based on teaching Adam to, you know, speak and behave like another. It's all just stuff that's, first of all, completely ancillary to like the fun part, and secondly, stuff that's not things that we're actually doing.
I've been having these weird dreams, these visions. They seem to be connecting me with something, but I can't quite figure it out.
Firstly, I can report that many clones have reported such phenomena, which have been hypothesized as a form of tissue memory.
Is there nothing?
Secondly,
Oh, there we
I
go.
must remind you that I am an onboard AI, not a psychotherapist, and cannot help you in dream interpretation.
Okay, thanks for the help.
I'm just like, if you have some important stuff that needs to happen in your plot, it's good to have it be stuff that the player can interact with, that they can be the ones to do using the verbs you've given them in the game. If you find yourself needing in your plot for a lot of things to happen that aren't reflected in the player verbs, you might not have the right plot for the thing you're doing. Maybe you just need to like step back to the narrative design phase there.
Keep it up.
Okay, easy enough. Cruise drive in the direction of this stuff. Out here we might actually find a deposit of malonite, so I'm just trying to be a little bit thorough. It does look like there are not crystal deposits on the outside of this rock, so let's just make sure we're not missing any that are sort of cradled here on the inside. Bummer. Okay, so yeah. The thing I'm actually supposed to be doing. Right. Boy, that is an awfully large freighter, completely giving away the location of your base here.
That freighter sure looks familiar.
Does it? I do not have the wherewithal to remember if that's what the, you know, the capital flagship from the last game looked like or anything.
I'm looking for Tarjak. Seen him around?
As I live and breathe, Adam.
Terrain, wow! So that's your freighter outside. Thought I knew it from somewhere. It has been a long time.
I had wondered what had become of you. You used to visit my shop quite frequently. Even twice at one time, which I thought was unusual. And then your visits tapered off, until eventually nothing. So, you have survived the never-ending turmoil that is the DMZ.
That I have, Tareen, just barely. I tried to play it straight for a while and got a proper job, but that didn't quite work out.
It never does for the like of you and me, Adam. We outcasts are best following our own paths.
Amen to that. You still in the trading business?
Indeed. And I have moved up to bigger clients now. Large order fulfillment. The cargo might be questionable, but the reward is sufficient, and I see no harm in it.
Good for you.
You said you were seeking Tarjak. He passed through some time ago, but is presently engaged with a task.
I don't suppose you would know a way into the Zarkov system without getting noticed? I've heard from our old mutual friend Alec that some of you traders ply a route through there.
That is true. And since you are such a valued and trusted old customer and friend, I would oblige you with access to a secret back door. It is quite near our current whereabouts.
How convenient.
I will provide you with the precise location and instructions on how to activate the gate.
You're a star, Tareen. It's good to see you again. Let's catch up properly soon.
Now that we have found one another again, that can be a distinct possibility. I will be in Zarkov soon on the run.
Okay. Well, let's keep an eye out for each other then.
Alright. Real quick here. Do you have cool stuff in your shop? There's certainly interesting, like, valuable cargo. Unfortunately, I was kind of hoping he might have an equalizer, one of those guns that we're looking for the Alec upgrade. Or, you know, just raw crystal would also do it. As it is, I don't know that... I mean, small arms and ramen are both valuable back home, right? Yeah, let's go ahead and buy all of both of those. It's not really that much cargo space. Do you want clothing? I think clothing has a higher value there than it does here. But I think, if I remember correctly, the value of clothing was like low, is on the lower part of the middle demand bar. So running all this clothing back might not actually make us all that much money. I guess we have lots of space though. And what is it for if not this? Okay. Yeah, and still plenty of space. Alright. Everybody's very chatty.
It's a small universe.
Such re-encounters are not so improbable, considering the degree of social engagement you undertake within the confines of the DMZ.
You just gotta take the mystery out of everything, don't you?
Speaking of the mystery, flying into a cloud this dense is maybe like not the wisest thing I've ever done. A little disappointed that this turned out to be titanium, but you know, I'll live. Having a hell of a time collecting these damn rocks. Perhaps a bad omen.
I'm not alone anymore.
Another one of these. Easy enough. I can't believe how long I slept on these dumbfire rockets. I mean, it's just like, you expect in space the enemies are going to dodge a lot, and First of all, who cares? There's so many of them.
I sure hope this sketchy-looking gate is stable. Don't want to come out the other side scrambled.
And especially, obviously, when we're firing them in energy mode. This seems dangerous. And secondly, I had a secondly in my head, and then I paused to let game dialogue play out, and I forgot what it was. Alright, this seems like it could be a bit of a major thing, and I think before we go through there, we're just going to call it here for today. That's going to be it for us for now. Thank you all so much for watching. Sorry about the long delays and everything, and the degree to which I'm kind of like distracted from what I'm doing right now because I'm watching the monitors and the heat meters and stuff on the other screen. I will get this all figured out. I will get us back to a normal place, and when you come back next time, I will be more present, more attentive, more space murderous, and we'll get some stuff done. And we'll see you then.